Good morning. Happy Monday. I hope you are all doing very well this morning. I was contemplating what my message was going to be this morning, and I was brought back to the fact that over the weekend I decided that I needed to clear out some of the clutter that's in my house. There was a corner in the basement, and there's a couple of other spots that, every room becomes a junk room, or every room has a corner that's a junk room. And when I started going through some of the stuff that is in those corners, I realized that there was a lot of stuff taking up space that really had no business being there anymore. It wasn't serving any kind of a purpose. It wasn't there as a saving grace for a rainy day. It was stuff that I had collected that I figured I would do something with later and never did. It was stuff that just gathered dust. It took up space so that I didn't have room for other things that I wanted to bring into my life. And I realized that that is such a clear reflection of what happens in our minds. It happens with our emotions. How many things are we carrying around all day, every day, and into the night that are cluttering up our minds and our emotions, holding us back by attaching us to a past or pitching us into a potential future that really have no bearing on what the truth of where we are in the present moment is. If you are thinking about the what if scenarios of your life, if you are kicking yourself for not taking that job, if you are mad because you missed the winning free throw or the winning home run that would have changed your whole life and put you on this famous trajectory, those are the things that we need to let go of. If you are holding grudges that you have been holding on to for decades, years, even months, if you are feeling like you were victimized, and perhaps you were victimized at some point in your life, the tragedy at the moment was real. But the only thing that we do when we keep bringing that back up into our minds is we bring that tragedy back into the present moment, and we relive it and we relive it in every single moment. If we can look at that tragedy from a different perspective, or that trauma or that clutter, and see that there was something that we could learn from that, there was something that we could take away, there was love inherent even in the most tragic situations, whether that was the love of yourself standing up and saying no, whether it was the fact that you knew that this no longer defined you and this was not an accurate relationship for you, whatever it happens to be. It may have been, if it was a childhood trauma, that bad things happen, but you don't have to let it define you. You don't have to choose to follow that same pathway as you move into adulthood. Whatever your traumas are, they are there to teach you. They are not there to define you. They are not there for you to have to carry through the rest of your life. If you can allow yourself to look at something, realize that it is something that happened. It was a situation in a moment, but that situation is now over with. When I was a child, I broke my arm. In that moment, there was dealing with the pain that was in the moment. There was dealing with the cast when it was on. There was dealing with all of those other little nuances. But once I got the cast off, I was afraid to use my arm because of it. I was afraid to move forward. When I let that go and allowed myself to realize that there was a step-by-step process, I regained the use of my hand, my arm. It did not keep me from living a full life. My cousin and her family experienced some pretty serious medical situations with one of their family members, and she had posted that she was ever so grateful for the life that she used to know, and so grateful for the life that she is experiencing now. And if we can allow ourselves to let go of the clutter, and we can look at everything in our life and say, I'm so grateful for this experience. I'm so grateful for what this offered me. And so it's like looking through the photo albums and looking through the clutter that we keep as memorabilia. It's not serving a purpose. It's great to go down memory lane, but you don't necessarily have to have an object to hold on to trigger your memory, to trigger the love. Most of what we keep brings us a feeling of love. Keep the love. You don't have to keep all of the other details. You don't have to keep the trauma to keep the love. And so I encourage you this week to look around you at your physical space. If there are places that are cluttered, let yourself begin for 15 minutes a day, for 10 minutes a day, whatever it is, to begin to clear that out and allow yourself to process the memories, the emotions, the feelings that come up with the stuff that you're going to let go of, with the stuff that you're going to perhaps allow to become a treasure for someone else. Our trash is someone else's treasure. Let go of the clutter. And as you clear out the space, let yourself sit and really embrace the feeling of some of that emptiness, the feeling of the new open spaces that you are creating for other really awesome things to come into your life. Life is not about holding on to stuff. Life is about allowing the stuff that can serve us to flow through us and then to move on. Allow the things that no longer serve you to move on and become the miracle for someone else. Allow the memories that no longer serve you to move on, and then access them as stories that can help you teach someone else, can help you support someone else, can help you realize how far you've come. Be your own miracle by clearing out your clutter, both in your physical environment and in your mental and emotional environment. It will only serve to allow more space for your spirit to shine. Have a spectacular Monday, everyone, and I will talk to you again soon. Bye-bye.